Hey guys, here we are at it again. I hope you all are having a great Monday so far. Diving into Live Big, Love Bigger, Chapter 7. We are looking at barbecue sweet tea and a whole lot of Jesus. So, title of our, or the theme of our book, I should say, of Live Big, Love Bigger. And I feel like this chapter right here, right now, summer, a lot of us are on vacation. We're all living this right now. And it is just either we're in it, we can be learning something from it, or increasing more takeaways from it. And so I absolutely love this chapter. I love how Kathryn starts to explore the idea of her family not only enjoying vacation through all of its trials and tribulations as a family of 8, but also just how they started to realize that on their vacations they were taking Jesus with them. I was cracking up at the very beginning, or at one point she references dousing her children with holy water before they left. I'd be intrigued to see how my kids would respond that way. But, she talks about that trip with her husband. She meets him in France, and it was kind of the first pivotal point for them to realize, this what shouldn't be a new concept for us, but again, of bringing Jesus with us and continuing to keep him with us on our vacations. And so she says, for the first time, we saw the intersection of them both, instigating a shift in how we practiced our faith once we returned home. Faith and life were no longer separate occurrences where we paid polite homage to Jesus at Sunday Mass and then forgot to look at him the rest of the week. Rather, we started to see him all around us in everything and in every place. And so she recognizes that in different opportunities where he's continuing to show up for her and for her family. And so again, we're on vacation right now, and we were at Mass yesterday. We found a little Catholic church right just 2 blocks here from our house. And what was amazing at the end of it is one of the parishioners got up and spoke. This church was packed. It was filled, and it's not an overly large church, but it was filled with people, and there were people standing even in the back. And the parishioner got up and he said, this is so wonderful to see, because honestly, we are only a parish of about 50, well, he said, 125 parishioners that are registered, but about 50 of them are active. So you think, even if every single one of those parishioners were there this past Sunday, which they weren't, that means the whole rest of that church was filled with tourists. People that are here, people that are vacationing with their families, people that are relatives in visiting. They're not parishioners of this parish. And I just thought to myself, how amazing is it that this church is packed? And it was just a beautiful testament to see so many families in their vacation, in their time, and they were continuing to spend it with Jesus. And there was no hesitation for it. And the participation in Mass was wonderful. Like I referenced in yesterday's video, the bishop just had a beautiful homily, and it was just so heartwarming to see. And what was even more encouraging was the fact that this parish is so small. They were asking for donations. They have, what did he say? Is it 8,100 or 81,000 pounds of air conditioning units that they need to replace? And with them being a parish that small, they rely on some of these tourist donations. And I thought to myself, we come out on vacation, and we always try to put something in the collection basket, just as a thank you and for getting to use their church and be there. But I thought to myself, when we go on vacation and we go to these churches, whether there's a separate collection that's being taken up, we should make sure that if we are in the position to, even if it's $5, $10, $50, whatever we can, have that extra money set aside. Because think about it, we have no trouble dropping $50 or $100 going to dinner or doing all these other things. But what a nice little way, an extra thing that we could do to give back. And that's one thing that Kathryn talks about. She takes each of her kids on these vacations when they turn 10, and they get to pick where they want to go. And her daughter goes to Chicago, and they recognize that there's a group of homeless people, and her daughter wants to go and get warm socks. And that is just so touching and should be a testament to how they are raising their children, because the fact that her 10-year-old picked up on this and wants to go and help. I mean, what a beautiful thing. And so it's so, like she said, it's easy to go on autopilot, and we can be looking to use our vacations as this way we escape real life and all of these things, and stress-free and worry-free. And she says vacations went from being an escape from real life to an opportunity to really live life with Jesus. And so how, again, do we get to incorporate that? How do we bring him into our vacation? How do we make him a part of that and welcome him into that fold? And it's little things. It's not hard things that we all have to do. Again, it's sprinkling your kids with that holy water before you leave. Maybe it's saying a rosary in the car together. It's finding some type of way to tithe or donate wherever you go. Maybe a local parish. Maybe you're not on your vacation, you're not going to be gone over a Saturday or Sunday where you're going to have to meet that obligation of weekly mass, but maybe you find one daily mass to attend, to go and give your thanks. And so I just think that is such a beautiful thing, and really a great thing to be teaching our children in the midst of everything that's going on in this world. And it's just, it's a peaceful thing is how I feel about it. I feel very present and peaceful, teaching our kids these things. And so I feel like there are a lot of takeaways from this. And whether it's you take a book on vacation with you. So again, kudos and props for all of you right now that are on vacation at any point during this, reading this book, because I feel like you're getting that as well as an extra little thing of bringing Jesus with you. These reflections, questions, this ability to discuss all of this and really be contemplative on what all of this means. So as we continue to go through, I just think that there's just so many opportunities that we have, and I think we look too broad, and not too broad, we look too detailed, and we get overwhelmed, and we think this is going to take too much time, and really shifting that focus and that priority back to Jesus. And it's as simple as that. Jesus, I trust in you prayer. Come Holy Spirit prayer. It's remembering to pray as a family over that meal. Just because you're on vacation, again, something that we should continue to do, those ordinary or those everyday things that we incorporate in our life, we should be doing those on vacation. And if you already are, man, good for you. I'm proud of you, because it's such a, again, like a here's your sign type moment, I feel like, for myself. But it's one of those things I feel like we kind of put on the back burner with an escape. And so this is just the perfect reminder, I feel like, for our family and what we needed, and being in the middle of it. I also love how she alludes to, or she goes into, they did this barbecue across Texas. They were in search for these barbecue joints. They made this a family mission. So not only were they talking about how their family vacations stopped becoming about all of these extraordinary and extravagant things, but it really boiled back down to being with each other, and it really about making memories. And so while something as simple as driving across your home state, trying different foods may not seem like a vacation, think of the adventure that could be for you and your children, your spouse. I mean, grandchildren. That's just such a fun little thing. Maybe it's a weekend thing. I know a lot of us will take little weekend jaunts different places. Again, find something. Find a church even just to go visit. You may not even be going to Mass, but just admire the beauty and all of that, because it's always there. And so she says, whatever road life has paved for you, consider this. Forget about the destination and focus on the journey. Wherever you go, do it with intention and purpose. Travel with a heart anxious for accompaniment. And remember that the drive is always sweeter when Jesus is riding shotgun with you. And that is just so true. You pray through all of the bickering, the flat tires, we forgot to pack this, and just remember, He is there with you, and He is there to help you through this journey. So, as we conclude today, some of these questions that we have, Kathryn shares about her awesome barbecue pilgrimage and how she found Jesus along the way. What unlikely experience allowed you to see Jesus working in your life? How can you take an ordinary trip and make it extraordinary with Jesus? If money isn't the key to a fabulous vacation, then what do you think is? Have you ever traveled and had the entire day unravel? How did you react? And do you wish you could relive that day and change something? So, again, I think this is perfect. Again, we're wrapping up summer. A lot of us are getting in those family vacations. Maybe you're getting ready to plan a vacation for later in the year. And this is just perfect takeaways for all of this. So I hope that you guys are having a great day, and I look forward to talking to you all soon. Bye, guys.